That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then so.
But this is kind of considered the classic start of the UFO lore here is the Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters
of 1940s. Not the Dave Grohl band.
Yeah.
Not looking for the Unga Bunga.
Yeah. No.
But term Foo Fighters used by Allied aircraft during World War II to describe various unidentified flying objects or mysterious aerial phenomena.
Mysterious phenomena
Seen in the skies over Europe and the Pacific Theater of Operations.
Damn.
So though Foo Fighters initially described the type of UFO reported by the US 415, so that was like the initial time that it got reported.
Right.
It just be like that was the name of like the first ones, but then it just became like the colloquial term for seeing UFOs in your plane.
Right.
Isn't it kind of crazy how like being a plane fighter was like a more common thing back in the day? That's pretty fucking nuts.
Yeah, well, it's insane how many. I mean, you watch some of that old World War II footage, and it's nuts. Just the amount of just single pilot planes. They're like, all right, like, you know, I mean, in Japan they went full kamikaze with that shit sometimes, but just, I mean, being in one of those things in general is like a full kamikaze. Just like getting like just landing one of those things, or you just parachute out in the ocean. It's so insane that we're out, dude. Like, because that's really what makes you think too about extraterrestrials and spacecraft and space flight. Like, we were out here doing it with the most bare bones ass technology. Like, we barely just made trains and cars, and then we're like, let's go straight to fucking planes. Let's do it.
It's like not that long after planes were made, they started using them in, World War I. They'd fly around and like take pictures, and then World War II, we're doing. What was that?
No, that is crazy to think about and consider, honestly. Like, I never really think about how like
we don't need anti-gravity shit. We just need to throw millions of human lives at the problem. They're like, all right, get out there, go figure it out, like, go try it. I don't know.
Yeah. But that technology definitely developed super fast, just like aviation and using it for combat and stuff. So I mean, again, we're pretty young civilization just in general. We're talking about how humans, as we think of them, it's probably only like what did we say, 20,000 years as like Homo sapiens have been around or whatever, something like that.
300,000 years.
300,000 years. But then like too, it's like Hammurabi's code. That's only like 10,000 years. So it's like, there's like a whole like 180,000 years we don't fucking know about. Shit's crazy. But yeah. So
I was wondering, why do they call them the Foo Fighters? We were talking about this before the show, and I was like, is it because they're Japanese or what? Like, that's what we thought they like. That's what in the U.S. the Army, these like Air Force motherfuckers were like, oh, it's the Foo Fighters. It's like, whoa, is that like a
no? They're I don't know. That's weird.
Right? Is that's the implication, right? That they think it's either they're like, one, it's an alien, or two, it's like.
Well, I don't
because
even...
it was,
I guess think at this point they weren't even like considering aliens is the kind of the thing that's gonna kind of be the through line here in the beginning is like they weren't considering like aliens. They were just like, we're at war, it's the enemy. There's something out there. They probably got a secret weapon, and so they took the shit like 100% seriously back then. It wasn't like, yo, you're fucking tripping out. Apparently a panel explored possible explanations, and so they said there's like electrostatic phenomena that can happen, or like another one too is they say like like light refracting off of your crystals can look like there's like a light chasing you around. I guess I could see that sort of like being when you're up in the clouds too, there's so much like reflection and diffraction from all like the moisture in the air, so I don't know. I mean, maybe that could be something, some reason for it, but
right. We can go back out to the full screen too.
Yeah,
when we're not reading.
When we're just when we're not reading, let's
save ourselves some editing.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I feel like with that kind of thing, that's just a gaslighting excuse. That's a gaslighting reason. Ice crystals, bro. We know how light reflection works. It's pretty obvious. So when things move in an erratic fashion, that is, against what we would normally consider normal,
right?
Like, then I mean,
well, you guys
like if you'd know if you'd seen it, I guess, but.
Yeah,
I'm not getting tricked by no damn ice crystals, that's for sure.
Well, especially if it's like, if you're flying the plane and it's an ice crystal on your plane, it's like, okay, if I move, it's gonna move. Yeah. Like if it's just doing some crazy shit regardless of you, that's pretty
exactly.
I'd be pretty freaked out for sure,
Yeah. Usually like the lights you see when you're flying will have a direct like impact on where the yoke is, and like the movements you make. Like.
Right. Well, and then there is, you guys know about St. Elmo's fire?
Right, that's what they said it could be too. What's the deal with St. Elmo's fire?
Yeah, well, it's sort of like it's like it's just ionized air it sort of looks like lightning. But it used to be called witch's fire. It was like a pirate thing, or like a weird, like for sailors and stuff, because they would have like metal tips on the ends of the masts and the sails and all this stuff. And there would be a lot of like, metal points and so sometimes if it was like a weird weather event, like it was, really stormy or whatever, started getting like lightning and stuff, like it would act like a lightning rod basically, or they would put them on the ships on purpose to kind of get the, so that if lightning struck, it would just strike this metal pole and not like burn your ship down.
Right.
And so St. Elmo's fire, yeah, I looked into it a little bit. It's named after it's like the patron saint of sailors or whatever. It's like, it's not, the original name's not Elmo. It's like some Greek sounding shit. But yeah, it's crazy. People have done like demonstrations of it where it looks almost like a Tesla coil, or like one of those, where you put your fingers on it and it goes like it kind of looks like that, but you see sort of this ethereal light type of stuff.
Pull it up.
Oh yeah, I can pull it up. I found like a video of it actually.
Yeah. That's one of the things they were explaining here. Yeah, we'll wait till we get there. Okay. Yeah, so that's what they're kind of saying.
There's also a show from the 80s called St. Elmo's Fire. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no. But yeah, man, I mean, World War II, though, is, once again, that's where all the kind of beginning of the UFO lore kind of picked up,
Yeah, check this shit out.
Yeah, pull that shit up.
I don't know if there's any audio on it, but it's basically like he turns out the light, and then this metal tip right here. He like puts like another, that one's positively charged, and when it gets kind of close, it creates like this little star-looking guy.
Video. And as I bring this in a little bit closer, you can see a little purple, kind of looks like a purple flame coming off of the needle tip.
Hell?
That is St. Elmo's fire. So that is ionized there.
It's like pre-lightning. It's like lightning pre-cum.
Nice.
Around the needle tip and
lightning.
But you could see some wild shit, especially in the sky. There's like a lot of weird weather events. Like, you ever been in a plane during an electrical storm? It's pretty crazy.
No, that sounds
it's
wild,
pretty.
so.
It's nuts. I was one time, like when I was a kid, we're just like above the cloud, above all the clouds, and it's weird. Like, you see lightning under you.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that before.
That's a trip. And there was another video I saw that was kind of similar to that. Hold up. It was like, this next one here.
Here, pull it up.
Whatever. But that's not a very good video, but
all right.
It's like weird. Yeah, it's just like weird plasma stuff.
I've
but
seen
anyways,
some stuff like that. Yeah, there's been some pictures of.
Yeah, like pre lightning, dude. It's kind of crazy to look at.
Is it like forming around like the tip of something, or it like comes around? What the fuck? That's really weird.
Yeah.
Doesn't burn your hands.
Or yeah, no, it's just ionized. Like, it's not actually on fire or whatever. But anyways, but that's like an ancient thing that they've known about for hella long. And that can cause weird visual stuff. So people like to play it off, be like, "Ooh, it's just a St. Elmo's fire or whatever."
I don't know if a fighter pilot would mistake that for like a fucking weird glowing orb.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They made some mistakes too. This is a pretty big mistake right here. Here, pull up the board for us real quick.
Yeah. I know we got another alternative rock news source here because we got the Foo Fighters, and then we got the Battle of Los Angeles, which was also a fucking Rage Against the Machine album.
Right, yeah. So yeah, Battle of Los Angeles. This was a really big deal because Pearl Harbor just happened, so they're all on red alert.
Yeah.
And they got some strange signals and some strange lights flying around over LA. And
this picture's
crazy. They went red alert, man. There was something about like I think I got some numbers over here. But yeah, 10 hours it took. So officials received a warning that mainland Los Angeles could be under siege by Japanese forces, and so they fired. Yeah, they were basically shooting the guns up in the sky though, but they thought it was a invasion, so they were going at it. Let me see. Army officials tried to say the commercial aircraft sent by Japan passed over the LA skyline, but the Office of Air Force History debunked that theory in 1983. They said that there was a weather balloon out there. Of course, there was.
Sure.
Yeah, they never found out, from what I understand.
Yeah. There was no planes involved in the actual incidents, from what it says there. But people died during this event. Actually, like some real citizens, like got bullets rained on them because they were like shooting in the sky, like
50 cal rounds out of the sky,
and some people
at something, and no one knows what it is, and they're like, it was a weather balloon. That'd be crazy if you're just in your house and then just 50 cal artillery rounds just fucking launch through your house.
Bomb sirens going off. The sky's so full of smoke from all the artillery fire that you can't really see what's going on either. So
that's crazy.
You're just watching. You're like, oh man, I can't wait to finally watch the first episode of Tom and Jerry. Sit down. And then you just get rocked, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, but this is considered, again, one of the earlier incidences that were kind of kept on the hush for a long time. But that's a huge deal. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty historic thing. I mean, they rallied all the military into a frenzy, So, yeah, man, who knows? But again, the wartime era.
That's crazy. It's like they must have been shooting at something.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You had to see something going on. But
it was an orb. It was coming right at me.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting how the like what the explanations for UFO is kind of changes culturally throughout time,